Proposals. When you think about proposals, once again, you want to think about your audience and purpose. Audience, generally speaking, could be a number of people, managers, executive, clients, community leaders, depending on what you're doing. Your purpose, of course, is to persuade your audience to say yes to your plan. There are a number of different kinds of proposals. Solicited would be requested by a manager, client, or customer. Unsolicited, of course, is not requested, much like the cold call in sales. They're informal versus formal. Informal, of course, is similar to the informal report, can be email, memo, or a letter. And formal is very similar to a formal report. It has front matter, text, and end matter. If you think about types of proposals, planning proposals offer solutions to a problem or suggestions for improvement. Research proposals, like the kind that you see in academia, request approval and funding for research projects. Sometimes they're called grant proposals. And sales proposals offer services or products, and they can be solicited or unsolicited. Here's an example of a planning proposal. There's a clear subject line. An introduction states the purpose, gives a little background. Body paragraph spells out the details of what will be done. And then there's a concluding paragraph. Research proposal, which is in memo format in this case. Here's the proposed study. Describes a problem in detail, details the overall scope of the study, details the specific approaches to research, and then encourages acceptance. Sales proposal, subject and purpose, of course, gives the writer's qualifications, explains how the job will be done, gives an estimate for cost, and once again encourages the reader to respond. So if you think about some tips for the organization of informal and formal proposals, you want to follow a problem solution or situation resolution pattern, and you should include front matter and end matter as needed. Some essential components, you want a clear title or subject line so people know what you're talking about. You should have some background information, set the scene. There should be a statement of the problem or situation. You should describe your solution. And of course, people want to hear about costs, timing, and maybe your qualifications. And then there should be a conclusion. For proposals, once again, choose an appropriate delivery format and consider your audience and your purpose. You really need to understand your audience's needs if you're going to persuade them to take your proposal. You should perform research as needed and use an appropriate document type and delivery format. You want to follow a problem to solution or situation to resolution pattern. You should spell out the problem clearly and convincingly. You should point out the benefits of solving the problem and then offer a realistic solution or resolution. In addition, you should address anticipated objections to your solution. Include all necessary details and write clearly and concisely, but you don't want to put too much in there. Express confidence. And finally, induce readers to act. Here's an example of a formal proposal. Once again, we have a letter of transmittal as talked about in formal reports. There is our title page and a table of contents. Abstract accurately encapsulates the entire document. And then once again, overview, background, and statement of problem. The why, which is the need. You should have the scope, which previews the plan before getting into details. And then you have your proposed plan. It itemizes realistic ways to save money and retain staff in this case. At the bottom, there is a table that provides detailed breakdown of costs, which is the central issue in this situation. More tables. And you could assess your probability of a success with feasibility and address important issues of personnel. And then finally, in your conclusion, in this case, it reemphasizes the need and encourages action. And then there is an appendix.